So today I wanted to talk a little bit about different ways to strip down, metal and paint off the wood, different things, and the different things you can use, and what I really like to use for stripping paint, rust, different things, and different abrasives. Um, this black material is awesome for stripping about everything off, in one layer and doesn't do too much damage. For years you were stuck using angle grinders or sanders, and it's just really slow but doesn't do too much damage, and fast but ends up doing a lot of damage and ends up needing a lot of repairs. Um, I like these flap discs if you got some pretty heavy stuff, but they do mark up the surface pretty good. And that's all for metal stuff mostly. I wouldn't use that on wood probably. I would just end up using a sander if I want to strip down some wood with a heavy grit. And some different tools I use. This die grinder, I ended up getting rid of the Cobalt one I had, and I'm going to get the Milwaukee one to compare, but it also is a slide locking switch, so I don't know how much control that's going to give you as far as, this variable speed trigger on top of having 3 different power modes at 1,000, 500 and 25,000 RPM. So they're brushless and really nice control, and it does ramp up if you need it. And I like sticking these on the ends, these same type of abrasive material, but it goes on the end of a die grinder or a drill. And these are at Home Depot for like $7, and they strip everything at once, paint, rust, all of it. And other things I used to like to use for these heavy rusts is these really nice wire wheels that, these things last forever. As far as those cheap ones, spend a couple bucks, get one of these, and this thing ain't going to be flinging wires all over you. And then, different types of Rolex discs, little flap discs, and some, green 3M corpse discs are really good. And I got all different grits of these little Rolex discs. They're Scotch-Brite material, and they smooth metal down and stuff really nice. And used a little die grinder to get into tight places. I'm going to get the straight one here soon, the small one, just try it out and we'll see what I think about it. But this thing is awesome. It doesn't lack power at all, and that auto stop thing, bugs some people, but it really doesn't affect me too much. And then this little grinder I ended up getting for like $90, and it's a killer little grinder, plenty of power, fuel brushless. It doesn't have a lock on it, it's just a paddle switch, and it doesn't have the safety feature that the newer one has that has an auto safety. It locks up, it'll stop spinning automatically like a brake inside, so that you don't end up kicking around, because grinders can get pretty dangerous with cutoff wheels and stuff on them, especially when you're cutting into thicker gauge metal. And then this big tool right here, this is a Eastwood Contour SVT, and this thing is just amazing for stripping large surfaces. It's not great to get into tight places, but you got a big panel, you got to strip down the bare metal. This thing will do it up really nice, and this takes everything off. But then there's tons of different grits, even for doing knocking scale and stuff off of frames. There is a scale one as well, but I like this better. This big heavy thing. This thing weighs a ton, super solid, and it hasn't come apart at all, and I did a bunch with it. It holds up really well. And then, you get up into 320 grit, and it's not like 320 sandpaper. This almost polishes metal. It really smooths things down. And there's everything in between. There's 80 grit with flaps. There's regular just 80 grit abrasive. And then these are those wire wheels in the pack. But Milwaukee makes them. Tons of companies make them, but they're really nice, these twisted ones. And then there's some 240 grit. And these abrasives, this is Lowe's brand. I just got this to show the difference. And these and 3M are really good, and they hold up really nice. I haven't tried this yet. I'm gonna, just to see, but it costs almost double. This was $10 and this was like 6 something. And this one's got the arbor stuck into it really small spots, so you can use a lot of the surface of abrasive before you hit these washers and stuff on this one. So I just wanted to show the difference, and you're paying more for this to have this stud setup. It's just not a great setup to me, but I'll try them out and see what we think about them. And then, you know, if you do want to get into some wood and you're looking for a great tool like this, I got this on sale around Father's Day for like $100 with a 2-amp battery, charger, and a bag. And this thing is so smooth, really just excellent little sander. This one's not bad, and I got it just I wanted to see the difference, and maybe we'll do a head-to-head on them. But it's not a bad one. It's just, it is brushed. It's an old style. You know, Milwaukee hasn't made a fuel version of this yet. And, but it is a nice tool, and it does sound good. And if you get it with one of those hacks, I got that for, I think $69. And then like this, I got not that long ago. It was $116 on Amazon. Like, gotta jump on that. So, but yeah, just want to go over some different ways to strip things and what I use, and so